What a weird week it's been in comics. We've got Sean Gordon Murphy now being accused of plagiarism, which we're going to show you in just a second. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, Sean Gordon Murphy is getting this accusation because he has a Zorro graphic novel up on Kickstarter. Now, I'm very interested in Zorro because Zorro's now gone into the public domain over the last couple of years with The Curse of Capistrano, the original novel, of course, aging into that category. So what I've actually been doing is been writing a serial novel, because since Zorro is originally a novel and a prose fiction sort of deal, I figured I would continue the story of that. So it's interesting. A lot of people have not read the actual novel and just kind of know the Disney show or the comics over the years. But the novel actually ended with Zorro unmasking himself, showing himself to the world, kind of finishing up what was going on. And so what I did was decide to take the continuity from that point and actually do that based on the public domain novel. We'll see what these guys are doing in just a second with their own Zorro adaptations. But very interesting stuff right there. And I do recommend reading the original novel. It is a lot of fun. Now get this on my Subscribestar, where I post this every month. That's in the description below, along with all my other books in my bookstore, Amazon. I really appreciate you guys for supporting what we do here. Here's the deal. I saw this the other day, and this comes from Patrick Thomas Parnell. He made a book the other day, and this was going up. He had a Zorro thing on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. And he says that Sean Gordon Murphy copied his art. And he does this because there's a pose of Zorro with a sword in front of his face. And he's also kind of got a Day of the Dead mask on. Now, these are two things that are just kind of, kind of Zorro culture. Mexican culture, of course, does a lot of those Day of the Dead masks. And on top of this, the pose here is originally by Alex Toth, and of course his Zorro novels and graphic novels, which are some of the best ever made in history. Sean Gordon Murphy had this brought to his attention, actually commented on this, and here's the original Alex Toth art, which he's referencing here. He says, "I wasn't aware of this. Don't dogpile the guy. Obviously incorrect. Tons of people draw Zorro with a sword in front of the face. My cover was intended as an homage to that Toth piece right here." As somebody says, you're being accused of swiping the Zorro art with the saber position in front of his face. So it's very odd, and it does seem like it is a swipe at his success here. I'm backing this book because it looks fantastic. Sean Gordon Murphy's art is some of the best out there, and that's his take on Zorro looks pretty good here. Patrick Thomas Parnell replied to it. It was in reference to Zorro having a sugar skull, which is, of course, the Day of the Dead mask there. Not the sword in front of his face. I know Toth and many others did the composition before. If you did see, which I feel like it's a little close to home, would you admit it? Of course not. I admire your work. Let's see who can do the better story. Plus, I did get a cease and desist a couple months when I crowdfunded it, so someone saw it. Now, the cease and desist comes from a company that owns the Zorro trademark. Now, Zorro as a trademark, of course, has been contested for the years, and these people have always done this. They've gone after anybody who's been trying to create a Zorro project. Now, the copyright of the character and all that is in the public domain. Trademark and copyright and all that gets really, really hairy when this all happens. And so, of course, the cease and desist here didn't come from Sean Gordon Murphy. It came from this company that's trying to license that Zorro name. And so you can get around this. They do the same thing with Conan the Barbarian, and Chuck Dixon has a Chuck Dixon's Conan coming out. So if he labeled his book Conan the Barbarian all over it, and it looked like the licensed name like that, Chuck would have gotten into problem with the trademark, not the copyright, because Robert E. Howard's stories are, again, in the public domain. Since he calls it Chuck Dixon's Conan, he then does not have that issue here. Now, I don't know if Sean Gordon Murphy has an officially licensed one or not. Not my business here. Obviously, Patrick Thomas Parnell did not, but this is what we have right here, and this is what he's got. He obviously did not swipe this from Patrick Thomas Parnell. That is a little bit of a self-aggrandizing sort of thing right there, and the book looks really fantastic, and I wish both these men success in their ventures with Zorro. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.